mark towards the head. Halfway. And then press this towards the head.
Hello, welcome to Monday Making Vlogs. We're back. It's the summer is, well, the summer holidays are done, so I've got a little bit more time for myself. So I've just done a workout. I'll put a few little clips in, but not loads because that's embarrassing. I haven't been working out for quite a while, so I wanted to get back into a bit of a routine. I'd like to lose a little bit of weight. I feel like I've got a little bit complacent in the last few months. I think the last year, having started at this new job, I snack too much at work, I don't get out as much. So I'm trying to get back into a bit more of a routine. So the workouts that I do, because I don't have a gym membership, I just work, because it's not worth it, because I work 3 days out of the week. I'd like to do classes, but I just can't get to the classes. I don't want to go to the gym because I'm not into that kind of thing, but I do. If you follow Trini Woodall, so Trini London, she does workouts with her personal trainer Natalie Hayward, and all her workouts are loaded up to YouTube, so they're like 45-minute workouts, strength training and Pilates and things like that. She does yoga as well, but I've not got into that yet. So I'll pop a link to the workout that I did today, and then if you're into that, it's really easy, gentle. You can use weights if you want to, but you don't have to. Sometimes they do like band workouts, or there's just your own body weight ones, and it goes right back to lockdown, so there's a lot of at home workout information on those. So now I'm just gonna have my breakfast, and I might read a little bit of my book. I'm reading this at the moment, which is excellent. Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell. It's about to be a film. There's a trailer out for it at the moment, so I'm really enjoying it. I'm about 2/3 of the way through. So I'm going to have a little bit of that while I eat my breakfast, and then we'll get ready for the day. Hello. So I have got showered and done. I've put some nail stickers on my nails because I'm not due to have my nails done for a couple of weeks. Right, so let's have a look in the book and see what we can make for tea. Ooh. So again, this is the Pinch of Nom all-in-one book. Right, okay, what I think I might try is the Diet Cola Chicken. It's like a classic Pinch of Nom. I don't think I've ever made it before. So got chicken, 5 spicy salt. Got some ginger garlic. I'm not going to put mushrooms in. I've got pepper, baby corn. I think I've got most things except for a can of Diet Coke, so I'll nip out at some point and get that. And probably some more veggies to go into it. So I need some baby corn and bits. So at some point I'll be nipping out and I'll get those. Then I'll work out what we're going to have for the rest of the week. Honestly, it's so draining thinking of food every day. But anyway, someone's got to do it and nobody else is going to. So it'll be me. Yeah. Right then, I've got some housework to do. I've got some clothes to put away and laundry to do and as ever, all that sort of stuff. And I want to have a little bit of a tidy around the craft room because I want to film a podcast tomorrow, so I'll probably take you along to do that because it's a bit of a mess. Okay, so I'll catch up with you a little bit later and tell you what I'm doing. I've just had a delivery and it looks to be my green lambkin monthly minis and advent calendar boxes. So let's have a look. So we've got 16, 17 and 18 of my advent parcels. And then this should be the blanket club. So these are August. If you don't want to see, I'm going to hold them up. So this is August and it's sunflowers. How pretty are they? So, oh, I'm tempted to just boil them up now. I think I will. I think I will boil them up. And then I can get them into my triangle blanket. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I really don't know where the day's gone. Pop you on there. came back from the supermarket and then it disappeared. Right. Yeah. Rubbish thing. So I'm going to make the dinner. So yeah, we're having that Diet Cola chicken. So I'm just going to prep my veggies before I prep the meat. Otherwise, you have to keep swapping the cutting mats. So I might, while I'm here talking to you, talk about the books that I read when I was on holiday. So, if I can remember what order I was in and who they were by. If not, I'll just get my phone. Okay, let me get my... So, recently read, let's have a look there. So, I started off with an old book that I had read way back in the 90s. Not an old book, it was in the 90s, so it's, what, 30 years old. Called French Relations by Fiona Walker. So it was a book my mum had read. Well, it's a two-part series. There's French Relations and then Well Groomed. And my mum had read them and then had said, oh, you would like these. And so I'd read them after her. But we'd read them in the wrong order. We read the second one first and then read the first one. And I always remember the first one is based on, it's about a girl called Natasha, and she's seen by a family as sort of a gangly, clumsy, awkward kind of person, and she's having problems with her boyfriend at the moment, who is called Max, and her mum has invited her to go to France for a holiday because that's where her mum lives with her French husband Pascal. Oh, the puffing cheeks. And so she goes to France, to their beautiful chateau, which is like something out of an amazing story. And there's a load of other family members there and family friends and other people. And it's like a big, what's the word? A massive cast of characters, basically. Do you know, like an old Julie Cooper novel? Not old. A classic Julie Cooper where there's loads of people and it's all in between, you know. And basically, no why my light keeps going in and out. Yeah, so it's just their experiences of the summer. So these people that it's just a funny old story with funny characters and a bit of romance, comedy. It's very of that kind of feeling. So yeah, I enjoyed that. I think I'd not read it for a long time and it did feel a little bit long, but it's like the perfect holiday read because they're on holiday. Yeah, so I read that, but that, like I said, that was a reread. And then I read what's it called? And Every Morning the Way Home Gets Longer and Longer. So that's a short novella by Backman. Fredrik Backman. that my sister had brought with her, so she'd read it and then said, do you want to read it? And I just finished that other one and I wasn't sure what to read next. And it's sort of, it's a young boy and his granddad, and then the son as well. And it's sort of a take on dementia and how that affects like a family. Like I said, it's only short. I enjoyed it. It was a nice little story. But obviously if that's quite close to your heart, it might be a bit upsetting. My nana, my mum's mum, had dementia. And it's a sad end, isn't it? But yeah, it was a nice take on it, and I enjoyed the writing style was nice. And like I said, it was only short, so it was a nice take on that idea. Right, after that I read Family and Other Calamities, and that's by Leslie Gray Streeter. I really enjoyed this one. It was fairly short. It was like 200 pages. I had it on all these were on my Kindle, except for the novella one. That was a book. And this was about a girl who was a journalist, and her husband had recently passed away. And she's going to go home to see, I think, is she going home? Yeah, she's going home because it's her mum's birthday, that's it. It's her mum's birthday. So she's going home. She's not been home for a long time. Oh no, she's going home because they're interring her husband's ashes, that's why she's going. And it's her mum's birthday. I'll save that for the guinea pig. So she goes back home and sees everyone. But on her way back, she's on the plane and she sees this guy who she used to work with, who's also a writer, and is the man who stole her story and earned a Nobel Prize for it. And he's come back because they're going to make a movie out of the story that was hers. And basically they're trying to rewrite history in a way and changing like her role in it and also her husband's role in it, and making sort of slandering them in a way. So she comes back to clear their names and basically make him get his comeuppance. It's good, I enjoyed it, good characters, a nice quick read. And yeah, that guy is horrible. Who's in it as well. Right, what am I doing now? So my veggies cooked. I'm going to put my pan on. So next I read so I gave that one a 3.75 stars. Not a full 5, but it was good. And then I read Holly by Stephen King. Now, I've read a lot of Stephen King novels, and this one is sort of a follow-on from The Outsider and Mr. Mercedes, Finders Keepers, and End of Watch. So I've read all of those, and I really like Holly Gibney as a character. And this is like her story as she's the main investigator in this story. And so a woman comes to her with saying that her daughter's gone missing. Oh, and it's in COVID, so there's lots of talk about COVID and changes to the world at the time, and people wearing masks and being vaccinated and stuff like that. But yeah, it was just a classic Stephen King. It was so fast-paced, and the characters were so well written. I like Stephen King a lot. I mean, even his not so great books are pretty good, but this one was particularly good. I give it a full 5 stars. I mean, probably I enjoyed it more because I was on holiday and I could just sit and read it, and I didn't have to put it down at any point. Oh, it was brilliant. I hate the chicken. Yeah, so there's lots of twists and turns and bits of gruesome things. I can't tell you a great deal about the plot because it'll give it away. But yeah, it's very good, very good, and nice to be back with Holly. And there's a new book with Holly in it. Is it called Never Flinch? I think it's just out on hardback now. Which it was in the airport, you know, when they do those ones that are not hardbacks but they're big, like big paperbacks, and I should have picked it up earlier, but I didn't. So I'll get it when it comes out on paperback, probably. There we go. So that was that, and then the last one. Oh no, I also read Can't Spell Treason Without T, which is the first of a 3-part series, I think, by the Tones and Tea series by Rebecca Thorne. It was okay. It was a bit... I found it a little bit long. Yeah. It was a cosy fantasy, kind of romance, but they were already together as a couple, so not really a romance in that kind of way. It was very like, if you've read Legends and Lattes, it's pretty much that, but with tea instead of coffee and books. I didn't love it. I gave it like 3 stars. It were alright. But I didn't, it sort of went on a bit and like nothing much happened for a long time, and then there was like a big thing that you thought was going to be a big plot point, and then it was over in like about 5 pages, so it was quite disappointing. So yeah, I wasn't enamoured with that. And then I also read, for the last one, the one that I finished on the plane on the way home, was the Undercutting of Rosie and Adam. Now that's the 3rd in the Heart and Mercy books. So the first one is the Undertaking of Heart and Mercy, and then there's the Undermining of Twilight and Frank, and then this one, the Undercutting of Rosie and Adam. And so you do see the other characters that have been in the previous books, they do pop up, but this one is about Rosie, who is an immortal. She is a demigod, which are about in this world that they live in, and she is an ex-marshal for the place that they live in, and they have to solve like a mystery because the portals are breaking. And so the man who invented the portals, Adam Lee, comes to try and fix it. And they sort of get stuck in the other part of the world that the portals go into, in Tanria, and then the story ensues, and a bit of romance. Lovely. Love it. I love that series. It's just the right kind of cosy fantasy. It's enough fantasy and enough cosy without being too much of either. I really, really loved it. I gave that 4 stars. It wasn't my favourite one. Twilight and Frank was my favourite, the second one. But I still really enjoyed it. Right. And then the last thing I've read, which I listened to, which I've just finished yesterday, I think, was Dungeon Crawler Carl, which is by Matt Dinniman. And my sister had recommended this. It was funny. It was very funny. So I audioed it, which I think is a good way of listening to it because it was a really good audio. The guy who narrates it is really funny, and yeah, but it was quite samey. So I think I gave it like I've given it 4, but probably maybe a 3.5. I enjoyed listening to it, but it was a bit samey, like the same things were just happening, and it's part of the series, so it didn't really finish. So I'm a bit because now I'll have to listen to the others, but I don't mind having to listen to the others because it was good. Add the chicken sprinkle with the spice. How much do I need of this? Half a teaspoon. Oh, do you know what annoys me? How you get these measuring spoons and neither the teaspoon nor the half a teaspoon will fit into the top of the jar. So only the 1/4 teaspoon will fit in. Which, it's not biggie, but just a bit annoying. Okay. So yeah, they're all the books that I read over the summer. I am now reading, I said before, didn't I? I'm reading Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell, which I am loving. Oh, it's just so well written. I'm really, really enjoying it. It's really good. So that's about, he doesn't say it's about Shakespeare, but it obviously is about William Shakespeare when he's a young man and meeting his wife Anne, who in this book is called Agnes. And she is sort of quite witchy in a way. She's, you know, she grows flowers, medicinal flowers and plants, and people come to her for help for certain things. And so it's about them and their relationship, their burgeoning relationship, but it's a dual timeline between that and Hamnet, the son, who you know dies because he died in real life. The lead up to when he passes away. So I'm just at that point now. So, and then the rest of the book, part 2, has no chapters in it. It's just like one long bit. So I'm excited to see what happens in the end. Okay, so I'm going to crack on with this dinner and I'll show you what I'm doing as I go. So we had dinner and it was really, really nice. I really enjoyed it. I think everybody else did because everybody ate all of it. So that's a thumbs up for the Diet Coke chicken. Or Diet Cola chicken. We can't be branded. I just started sneezing loads. Yeah, so I don't feel like I've been particularly productive today. Although I've hardly been still. I had that, you know, oh no, I did lie on the bed for like half an hour and scroll through Instagram. You know, blindly scrolling. Yeah, so that's it for today. I can't think of anything else to show you or to tell you about. But yeah, tomorrow I will be filming a podcast, so you'll be able to see all the things that I've been making. So I will say goodbye for now because I'll need to put this together and edit it and get this uploaded for tomorrow. But yeah, thanks for joining me today, and I will see you again soon.